Alright, how's everybody doing today? This is Mr. Muscarella coming at you, and in this video you're going to see how to graph quadratics in standard form, and this will be example number 2. But first, let's remember what standard form of a quadratic is. It is this equation that's down here at the bottom. F of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, on to our second example. If you missed the first one, be sure to go back and watch how to graph quadratics in standard form, example number 1. So here in example number 2, we've got the equation y equals negative x squared plus 6x minus 5. So first, we're going to write down our a, our b, and our c values. Now the a value is a negative sign in front of the x squared, so that means our a value is negative 1. The b value is 6, and the c value is negative 5. Now remember, the c value is going to give you the y-intercept. That's going to be the very first thing we'll find, and that's going to have the coordinates 0, negative 5. So 0, negative 5, I'm going to go down here and put a dot right there. 0, negative 5. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and find the AOS, the axis of symmetry. So my axis of symmetry is going to be the equation, negative b over 2a. So I take my b value, 6, I'm going to make that the opposite. So negative 6 over 2 times a. 2 times a is negative 1. And that's going to give me negative 6 over 2 times negative 1 is negative 6 over negative 2, which just reduces down to 3. Now I forgot something right here, and I know I always yell at my guys for this, so make sure you do this. If you just write AOS equals, no point for you. So be careful there. You've got to make sure you write x equals in front of it. So my equation for my AOS is going to be x equals 3. If you don't write the equation x equals, then no point for you, because that is going to be the vertical line that I'm going to draw here that's going to divide my parabola in half. So I go over to 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go ahead and draw that line right there. So that is where my AOS is located at x equals 3. Now what I'm going to do is take that value, take the value of the AOS, which in this case is 3, and I'm going to plug that in to my original equation here to find my vertex. So my vertex is going to be at 3 and then some number. To determine the number, I'm going to plug in 3, which is the answer that I got for my AOS. So 3 is going to go in. Now be careful here because you have a negative on the outside, and then 3 squared plus 6 times 3 and then minus 5. When you do your arithmetic, again, this is where you always have to be really, really careful. 3 squared is 9, but you have the minus on the outside, so that's going to give me negative 9. So negative 9. 6 times 3 is 18, so negative 9 plus 18, and then minus 5. When I combine all of that, then I get the point, or I get the value, negative 9 plus 18 minus 5 is going to give me just 4. So my coordinates are going to be 3, 4 for my vertex. So I go over 3 and up 1, 2, 3, 4 for my vertex. So 3, 4, so I put my dot right there. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to analyze my movement pattern here. So the a value, so if I look at my a value is negative 1. That's going to tell me that my parabola is going to open down. Now, the other thing that it tells me is going to be my movement pattern. So my movement pattern, normally I have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 4, 9. But my 1, 4, 9 values, I have to multiply that by the a value, which in this case is negative 1. So 1, 4, 9 times negative 1, 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, and 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. So what that means is from my vertex, I'm always going to go left and right first. So I'm going to go to the left, to the left, to the left, one spot, but then I'm going to drop down 1. Boom, and put a dot. Now because my parabola is symmetrical about the AOS, or the axis of symmetry, I'll do the same thing on the right. Over 1, down 1. Boom. Now go back to the vertex, and now I'm going to start there and move 2 to the right. So 1, 2 to the right, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And likewise, I move 2 to the left and down 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, and put another dot there. And let's see if we can fit another one on here. It looks like it. If I go to the left 1, 2, 3 and down 9, I end up down here, and that point's already there for my y-intercept. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3 and then down 9 as well. So that will end up giving me the shape for my parabola. So my shape for my parabola I'm going to go ahead and draw that right there. So that is what my parabola would look like. Now I'm going to use these values that I got for the points around here from my movement pattern, and that's going to give me my table of values. So the table of values, my x values and my y values, I'm just going to one by one pluck them off. I'm going to start here on the left, which is my y-intercept. So 0, -5. So 0, -5 is my first point. Then I'm going to have 1, 0 for my second point. My third point is going to be 2, 3. Now my vertex that I have on there, of course, is 3, 4. Now some people like to put a little box around here, label that as a V for the vertex. So if you want to do that, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. You do you. My next point on here is going to be the point 4, 3, and then followed by 5, 0. And lastly, my final point is going to be 6, -5. So that's my table of values right there. Now, some people will do the next piece earlier. Some will do it now. It's up to you. But don't forget to put the intervals where your function is increasing and decreasing. And remember, increasing just means you're going to have a positive slope, and decreasing means you will have a negative slope. Now, since our parabola is open down, that means this side over here is going to be the increasing side, and the left of my AOS, that's where my increasing is. So it's going to go -infinity to my AOS was 3. So -infinity to 3, and then 3 to infinity, that will be the decreasing side. So that's it for example 2. Come on back and watch example 3, and I'll catch up with you soon. Peace out.